I told you people a few months back that they were going to restrict state to state travel. And lo and behold, here we are, they're implementing state to state travel restrictions. Now I'm going to tell you something else they're going to do in a very short time, and it's going to happen. They're going to restrict not only state to state, county to county, to where they're going to say, oh, there's some COVID hotspots in this county, you can't travel there. We have to isolate, quarantine it until we flatten the curve in that county. Oh yeah, look, that's going to happen. Whether you want to believe it or not, I don't give a shit. State to state gets done, then county to county. Why? Because you understand something. The United States is a huge country. They can't take it over like in one shot. Also, don't forget, citizens are armed, and they know this. So what do? You break it up into smaller sections. You start out small. You go ahead, you first restrict travel. Make it so frustrating on the roads that people say, you know what, screw it. It's better to stay local. And then you restrict county to county travel. This way, people cannot congregate in big numbers. You see what's going on here? It's smaller. They can control you better if they have isolated pockets. That's what the plan is. That's always been the plan. And the minute that gets implemented, believe it or not, you're not going to see more riots. Because the riots achieve their goal. Shut down. Okay? Defund the police. To replace them with foreign militia groups that will go ahead and implement the lockdowns and restrictions of travel. Oh yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. See, this has all been planned. And almost everything I told you back then is now happening. So yes, get ready. County to county travel. And I'm not sure how much more is going to take place before you people wake up and get out there and do something about it. Because I'm hearing, well, if they come knocking on my door and try and take my children or force vaccinations, I'm going to fight them back. No, you're not. No, you are not. Because if you went along with things for this amount of time, it's only a short amount of time before they implement what they want to, and by then you'll be overwhelmed. It'll be too late. Much like the Jews in Germany. Okay? I figured most likely they thought the same thing. And yes, in the end, Hitler was defeated. But at what cost? Millions of people died. We now have a new one here. Fauci and Gates. Why are those people still being allowed to do what they're doing? If you can go back in time before Hitler came into power and find him, what would you do to him? Would you allow him to exist? You see what I'm getting at? You're targeting the wrong people. You're looking at each other. Who's wearing a mask? Who's not wearing a mask? Who's social distancing? Who's not social distancing? It's a distraction. You stupid fools. There's a larger enemy approaching and you don't see it. And we know this because Native Americans, we made the same mistake back then. And look what happened to us. Our entire culture was wiped out. You're making the same mistakes as we did. And the reason it's happening is because you don't study your fucking history, which, by the way, they're trying to eliminate. There's a reason why they want to eliminate the history. Because it's about to repeat itself, and it's going to be 100 times worse than what Hitler did. Trust me. That's coming. And these little social media platforms, like Twitter, Google, Facebook, you know what these are? These are pacifiers. They're pacifying you. That's why they ban you and they let you back in. See, in other words, yeah, you're getting information now, which is good, which is fine. But you're not taking an active role or doing anything about it. You're behind your keyboard, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing right now, right? I'm doing a video trying to wake people up, but that's what it's about. It's to wake people up. And in the meantime, the son of a bitch is behind Facebook, which is not Zuckerberg, by the way. He's just a figurehead. It was CIA operatives. This was done a long time ago, okay? But the social media platforms allows you to remain pacified. Oh, I'm quarantined, but I can get the word out. You see what happens? You're pacified, you're at home, you're safe, and you're going ahead and letting out your frustrations on social media. And they're allowing you to. This is why they allow this to happen. To a certain degree, mind you. If you go too far, they ban you, which I've been banned numerous times. But the point is that you get right back in. Or you create other accounts. They're doing this purposely because they know this is your outlet. In the meantime, they go ahead and they roll in the trucks and they roll in the militias, and before you know it, you're on Facebook doing this, a knock on the door, you're fucked. You had better wake up to this, and you people had better get the fuck out there and exercise your Second Right Amendments like you never have in your life before, because, quite frankly, your life and the life of your children depend upon it. And forget the elections. I'm telling you, they're not going to wait for that. That's not happening. They know that pedophile, Alzheimer's idiot over there, Biden, is getting worse and worse. They know that if they had an election, cheating or not cheating, it would be a landslide. Everything would go red, would go Republican. They know this. They're not stupid. They're not going to wait around for that. They're going to pull this shit right now. And that's why they're going to limit the travel. You understand what's going on here? They don't want to see any Trump rallies. They don't want to see any rallies of any kind, except the rioting and protesting. And at that time, once they achieve the lockdowns that they want to achieve and restriction of travel, that's going to go away. And you're going to see that happen probably by September, I would say. And then the implementing of the vaccines come before the election. Oh, yes, I've been right about a lot of things that I predicted months ago. And I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. My advice is, yes, this platform is okay to go ahead and get the word out. But notice, if you try to do it to organize any protests against this or anything like that, gatherings, they ban it. You see? Yeah. You keep sucking on your pacifier. You see what happens.